So welcome to another segment as we further look at questions on geometric progression. So there are various questions that may come in your mathematics paper 2 ECZ on geometric progression. This is another variety that you are going to find. So it says the first three terms of a geometric progressions are, so they have given you the first three terms, k plus 4, that's the first term, then k, then 2k minus 15. So these are the first three terms in a geometric progression, but they're telling you that k is a positive integer. So it's not negative, but a positive. Then the question says find the value of k. So how do you go about that? Well, for you to find the value of k, since they have told us that this is a geometric progression, remember how we get the common ratio? We did say that if this is our first term t1 and that is t2 and that is t3, when you get the ratio, the common ratio can be obtained by saying t2 over t1, or you can say t3 divided by t2. Remember, the value you get from dividing that and that is the same. In other words, this and that are simply the same. So that's the concept that we are going to be using, because for me to get the common ratio, it is the same as me saying t2 divided by t1. It is the same as saying t3 divided by t2. So we are going to use that concept. So we are comparing just this to that. So what is my t2? If you replace it with that, that's your k in this context. So it will be k over what is my t1? It is k plus 4, which is equal to what is my t3? It is simply 2k minus 15 over what is my t2, which is a k. Then from there, you can simply, cross multiply. So that is what we are going to do. So now when I cross multiply, it will be k multiplied by k. It doesn't matter which direction you take. You can even start with this one there. This will be this times that will be k plus 4 multiplied by 2k minus 15 is equal to k multiplied by k. So remember, you can easily work out that distributive. So this multiplied by that, this multiplies by that. You take this sign together with the sign times that, and again this multiplied by that. So it is k times, it will be k times 2k. It is going to give me 2k squared. K times negative 15 will give me negative 15k. Then I come to this one, positive 4 times 2k will give me a positive 8k. Then positive 4 times 15, that will give times negative 15, that will give me negative 60 is equal to k times k give you k squared. Then we can simply collect the like terms on one particular side. So when I collect the like terms, remember I'm going to have in this case 2k raised to the power 2. When this one goes the other side, the sign will change it to be minus k squared. Here these are like terms. We can, if you want, let's start maybe by reducing them. So it will be 2k squared. 15k plus 8k, that is going to give me negative 7k minus 60 is equal to k squared. Now at this point, I can make this k go the other side, like terms on one side. So it will be 2k squared. When it goes, it will become minus k squared minus 7k minus 60 is equal to 0. So that is what we are going to have. So when I look at this one there, when you look at this one there, it is simply going to give you just a k squared minus 7k minus 60 is equal to 0. Remember, it has brought us into what we call a quadratic equation. So we need to solve the quadratic equation by looking for factors. Remember what we did? Please, if you don't remember on this one, you can go back on that. So let me just remind you, you look for the product, sum, and factor. In this case, the product is 1, that is there, multiplied by negative 60. So that will give you a negative 60. In other words, identify your A, which is 1, your B, which is negative 7, your C, which is negative 60. To get the product, it's 1 times negative 60, that is negative 60. Then the sum is the B that you have there, which is -7. So what are two numbers? When you multiply them, they'll give you -60, but when you add them, they'll give you a -7. Of course, the numbers can be, 12, you can have 5 and -12. So now these are the two factors. So you are going to replace them there so that you can actually get to expand. Let me just try to show you in layman's language so that you can understand. So this is going to be, in this case, k squared. So remember, you write these in terms of x. So that would be 5k, and that would be -12k. So it is going to be, we will substitute them in the middle, replacing this middle term. So we are just replacing that one. So it will be +5k minus 12k minus 60 is equal to 0. So we simply, factorize there. So you group them and you factorize. So what is common there is k. So k, when I divide k there, I'll remain with k plus 5. The negative out, what is common there will be 12. When I divide -12 there, I'll remain with k. When I divide 12 there, I'll remain with the plus 5 is equal to 0. So now when you reach that stage, let me just clean this section here so that you are able to see clearly what I've done. But of course, if you understand that, you didn't need to waste a lot of time there. So you group what is outside. So it is going to be k minus 12. Then the other bracket, it will be k plus 5 is equal to 0. Remember, what is in the bracket is the same, so you only pick up one. Equate each bracket to 0, so it will be k minus 12 is equal to 0, or k plus 5 is equal to 0. So k is equal to, when it crosses, it will become a +12. Again there, it will become a -12. So we are going to reject this one. Why? Remember, they told us that k is positive. Therefore, our k is equal to 12. So k is simply equal to 12. And that's the way you needed to go about this one. So please remember, it can come in various forms. So what is important is for you to remember concept that you did learn also under your algebra. Right, let's move on and look at the B part. So the B part there says you list the first 3 terms. So I want you to list the first 3 terms. It's just a matter of replacing. Remember, we said our k is 12. So you replace there in the first term there, it will be 12 plus 4. The next term there is a 12. Then that will be 2 multiplied by 12 minus 15. So this will give me 12 plus that will give me 16, then 12. So 2 times 12 is simply 24. So 24 minus 15, that will give me a 9. So these are the first 3 terms in that geometric progression that I wanted you to have there, right? Then the C part there says that we find the sum to infinity. So remember, sum to infinity, what do we need to know? The first term in the sequence, which is 16, the common ratio there. How do you get the common ratio? It is 12 over 16. Okay, we can reduce 4 there is a 3, 4 there is a 4. So our common ratio is a 3 over 4. So sum to infinity, we simply say sum to infinity. Remember, we said sum to infinity is given by the first term over 1 minus r. And that should hold true. The common ratio, the modulus, should always be less than 1. And that's what we can see there. So S infinity, sum to infinity, the first term is a 16 over 1 minus 3 over 4. So that would be 16 over 1 minus 3 over 4. Using your calculator, you can work out that. It is giving me a 1 over 4. Well, if you work out that, if you did work out that, let me just bring it there. Sum to infinity, if you did work out that, that is the same as 16 divided by 1 over 4. Please, you can go direct and use a calculator. So that would be 16 times. When you change division to multiplication, this goes up and that goes down. So it's the same as a 4, and therefore answer there is simply going to be a 64. So that would be the sum to infinity. So it is just 64. So that's the way you can do it. It's not complicated. You need to practice, like I said, all the concept that we have taught you. Let's look at our last question that we have under this segment there. So the last question there, question number 2 there. For question number 2, again, you have actually been given a geometric progression x plus 1. So x plus 1, that's the first term, x plus 3, second term, then x plus 8 has been your third term. Are the first 3 terms of a geometric GP, geometric progression. Find the value of x. Again, we use that concept I taught you. How do you get the common ratio? Remember, t, if this is your t1, this is your t2 and your t3, t2 divided by t1 is the same as getting the common ratio by saying t3 divided by t2. So that concept is what we are using. So what is my t2? Your t2 is x plus 3 over my t1, x plus 1 is equal to my t3, that is x plus 8 over my t2 is x plus 3. So what do? You simply, cross multiply that. So when I cross multiply, it will be x plus 3 multiply again by x plus 3 should be equal to x plus 1 multiplied by x plus 8. So we expand and collect the like terms. Remember, so this x times that, this times that, then you come to this times that, and again this times that. The same here, this times that, and this times that, then you come to this times that, and this times that. So that's the idea that you need to have there. So it will be x times x, it is going to give me x squared, x times positive 3, that is positive 3x, positive 3 times x will give me positive 3x, positive 3 times positive 3, that is positive 9 is equal to. Let's come to the right hand. X times x will give you x squared. X times 8 will give me positive 8x. I come to this positive 1 times x will give me positive x. Not 1x, please, it's just x. 1 times positive 8 will give me a positive 8. So we add the like terms together. These are like terms. Therefore, it will be x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to. These are like terms, so it will be x squared plus 9x. 8x plus x will give you 9x plus 8. So therefore, we try to simplify the whole expression. This and that can cancel because when it comes this side, it will be a negative. So I'll remain with 6x plus 9 is equal to 9x plus 8. This 9 can come this side, 9x, and the number, I'll take them that side. So it will be 6x minus 9x is equal to, there I have 8. When this 9 crosses, it has become a negative. So there, you're going to have negative 3x is equal to negative 1. How do I find x? I'll divide negative 3. What I do this side, I'll do it the other side. Therefore, x is equal to 1 over 3. So that is your value of x. It is simply a 1 over 3 there. So that's what the question wanted you to do. So please, like I said, you need to practice such expressions. Let's look at the B part. Remember, x is 1 over 3. That's what we have actually found. So x is equal to a 1 over 3. Then there it says the first term. So we can know B, the first term. In this case, the first term, how do we get the first term? The first term is simply your T1. Let me say my T1 is equal to x plus 1. So it will be this, it's 1 over 3 plus 1. So you just need to add 1 over 3. 1 over 3 plus 1. That's what we mean. So that would be 4 over 3. So that is the first term in the sequence there. Now you can go on finding also other terms because you need them to find the common ratio. Or you can simply say, to get the common ratio, it is simply getting x plus 3 over x plus 1, and you simply just substitute. My x there, we know it's 1 over 3. Remember, x is 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 plus 3 over, again, it's 1 over 3 plus 1. So what will that give me? So 1 over 3 plus 1 is giving us 4 over 3 divided by, again, 1 over 3 plus plus 1, that will give you again 4 over 3 there. So that is what it is going to give you. So remember, it will be 4 over 3 if you want divided by 4 over 3. Please, you can use a calculator. There's actually, no problem when it comes to that. So what did we get? Sorry, when we get 1 over 3, no, 1 over 3 plus 3 there gives us that is actually on top there. We are supposed to have 10 over 3. So it is 10 over 3 divided by 4 over 3. You cannot work out using your calculator, there's no problem. I just want to show you so that you are conversant. So it will be 10 over 3 multiplied by, we change, so the 3 goes up, the 4 comes at the bottom, this and that will cancel, 2 there, 5, 2 there, 2. So 5 times 1 will give you 5, and 1 times 2 will give you 2. So your common ratio is actually 5 over 2. So that is what you can do. Or if you wanted, what you could have done is that you could have actually, since you know x plus 1, x plus 3 and x plus 8, you would have x is 1 over 3, so you would have just said 1 over 3 plus 1, it is giving me 4 over 3. And what's the next term? It will be 1 divided, it will be 1 over 3 plus 3, that is giving me 10 over 3. And the last term there will be 1 over 3 plus 8, that is giving me 25 over 3. So this is the sequence that we do have. So the common ratio, it's getting the second term, remember, t over 3 divided by 4 over 3. Of course, when you use your calculator, you're still going to find 5 over 2. This stage here that we have reached is the stage that we reach somewhere there. So that is what you need to remember. Thank you so much for watching. Watch out for more videos as I show you other concepts under geometric progression.